A household can look middle class on paper. 2 incomes, a mortgage, a car in the driveway, health insurance, a child in school. Then one bill arrives. Not a layoff, not a market crash, not a medical catastrophe, just $1,000. And for nearly 6 in 10 Americans, that is where the middle-class story starts to break. The strange thing about a $1,000 emergency is that it rarely looks dramatic. It looks like a check engine light. A tooth that starts hurting on a Friday night. A child in the emergency room. A pipe leaking behind a wall. An insurance deductible that has to be paid before insurance helps. These are not once-in-a-lifetime disasters. These are ordinary household events. A fuel pump can run more than $1,200. A root canal can land around $1,100. An ER visit can move into the thousands. A home repair can easily become a 4-digit bill. The emergency is not rare. The margin is. To see how this works, take one household. The Garcias live in suburban Dallas. 2 adults, 1 child, 1 used car payment, a mortgage, health insurance, groceries, utilities, a normal life. Together they earn about $82,000 a year. After taxes and payroll deductions, around $5,400 reaches the bank each month. From the outside, this looks stable. But the important number is not $82,000. It is what remains after the month has already made its claims. Their take-home pay is about $5,400. Then the fixed costs arrive. Mortgage, escrow, car payment, car insurance, health insurance, groceries, utilities, phone, internet, after-school care, gas, minimum payments on old credit card debt. By the time the normal month is paid for, around $4,500 is already gone. That leaves $845. But that number is deceptive, because $845 is not all emergency savings. It is clothing, school supplies, co-pays, household items, haircuts, birthday gifts, small repairs, and every irregular thing that life forgot to put on the spreadsheet. Then, on a Tuesday afternoon in late October, the check engine light comes on. The mechanic calls back. Fuel pump replacement, $1,275. The Garcias have $1,100 saved. They are short by $175. Payday is 9 days away, and the car is how one parent gets to work. This is where the math becomes cruel. The question is not whether they earn enough this year. The question is whether they have the money today. Middle-class fragility often lives inside that gap, the space between the invoice and the next deposit. From here, the options look simple, only from far away. Option 1. Use the savings. But the repair is more than the savings they have, and the emergency fund disappears. Option 2. Put it on the credit card. But now the repair is attached to an interest rate, and next month's minimum payment gets larger. Option 3. Wait for the next paycheck. But the car is out of service, and missed work can cost more than the shortfall. Option 4. Borrow from family. No interest, maybe, but not no cost. This is the part that rarely shows up in personal finance advice. There is no option called just pay it. Every door charges a fee. The emergency ends when the mechanic hands back the keys. But the debt does not end there. If a $1,000 emergency is carried on a credit card at around 20% interest and paid slowly through minimum payments, it can become a $1,400 or $1,500 event. The original emergency was temporary. The payment is not. It follows the household into next month, then the month after that, then the month after that. And this is how the next emergency gets easier to predict. because the interest from the last one is now occupying the margin that should have been used to prepare for the next. This is why income alone is a bad measurement of stability. Income tells you what enters the household. Liquidity tells you what the household can survive. A middle-income household may need roughly $4,800 in liquid assets to weather a bad month, but the typical household may have closer to $3,000. That gap, about $1,800, is not abstract. It is the fuel pump, the root canal, the ER visit, the deductible, the invoice that arrives before the paycheck. The middle class is not only squeezed by what life costs every month, it is squeezed by what life costs when the timing goes wrong. The obvious answer is to build an emergency fund. And yes, that answer is correct. But it is not the whole story. Because the question is not whether savings matter. The question is why so many stable households cannot build them fast enough. The middle class does not collapse all at once. It bends around one unexpected bill. A repair, a tooth, a deductible, a week before payday. The real test was never income, it was liquidity. What you have left when life breaks.